All right, let's get into some gun threat basics. When your assailant pulls the gun out and points it at you, that is a gun threat, not a gun attack. A gun attack, he's pulling the trigger, he's shooting, there's not a lot I can do about that. So in the event that someone pulls a gun on you, there's a couple things that are gonna happen. The gun being pulled out is the event, then there's gonna be a certain amount of shock that takes place. An untrained person is probably gonna overreact. You know, maybe they go for it and they make big motions, or they start arguing with the person, or, you know, patronizing them, don't do it, things like that. So hopefully a trained person understands the nature of a gun threat, what is dangerous, what is not necessarily dangerous, and we can have a lower amount of stress and we can kind of deal with it. So whenever a gun is pointed at us, we're going to consider the angle that it's coming from. So we think in terms of a clock concept. If I'm in the middle of a clock, the person right in front of me is 12 o'clock. So right behind me is 6 o'clock, to my right is 3, to my left is 9 o'clock, and I'm going to think in those terms. The dangerous part of the gun is actually the line of fire. So hypothetically, if I'm not in the way and the gun goes off, I don't get hit. So all of our gun defense has to be done in close proximity. There's nothing I can do if he's farther away and decides to shoot. So with that being said, if I know how to get out of the line of fire, then I'm going to start to work and try to lower his stress level by telling him, you know, hey, whatever you want. That being said, a lot of our gun defense is going to be involved redirecting the gun in a certain way, disrupting the normal motion. So we have to understand how a gun works. Essentially, the bullet has gunpowder in it. When the hammer hits the primer, it causes an explosion that propels the bullet out. A certain amount of that is going to make the slide go back and then retrieve another bullet, which is going to make the gun ready to fire again. So when we go for a gun disarm, quite often we are disrupting that normal function, and then when we go to take the gun away from him, we have to understand how to clear the jam and put the gun back on that person. So this takes us to the point, again, where you have to know how a gun works and you should know how a gun operates, that way you can use it. If you don't know how to defend against a gun and you don't know how to shoot a gun, then that's going to be a problem. It's going to be more of a liability to you. So please do a little training and learn how to shoot.